Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Bible in a Year 2021. We are on day 338 and reading through 2 Corinthians chapters 1 to 4. And there's a lot in these chapters and no time to unpack it. So I'm just going to pick the first thing we come across because it really stands out for me. And Paul is explaining how um, the Lord comes alongside of us in our troubles, and He strengthens us in our troubles. That we, the whole idea is we're dependent on Him. Only He knows us. Only He knows our hearts. Some troubles are caused by our own people, our own families. Yeah, that's just the way it is. And He strengthens us. He encourages us in those moments. And then He turns around and He says, and he and before you know it, he brings you alongside somebody who needs that comfort and who needs that. So understand that in everything that we go through, there is a training that's happening. We see what Father does for us, and then we're told to do that for others, because there are others who may not have that maturity of being of understanding all this, of understanding that this is what the Lord does. It may be people who don't even know the Lord, and we can still come alongside them and comfort them and encourage them. And so everything in our life has a purpose. And that might not be a comfort in that moment when you're going through that heartache, that pain. We're an emotional creature, and we feel it deeply. Yeah, we feel it right down to the tips of our toes. The anguish and sometimes torment. It feels like our heart's being ripped out of us. We just want the moment to pass, and we don't want to go through this. But when we turn to the Lord and we remind ourselves that He's our strength, He's our hope, that He's everything to us, and we really lean into that, we feel His embrace, we feel His comfort, we feel His peace, we feel His joy, we receive all this. He communicates in our emotions as well. It's just not a matter of trying to suppress our emotions. We've been given those emotions for a reason, because He connects with us in our emotions. It's just those emotions are not allowed to reign over us. There's only one who's allowed to reign over us. And so this is so important, that we lean into Him. We allow Him to communicate to us through those emotions. And as we receive comfort, we comfort others. As He comes alongside us, we notice that He's bringing us alongside. And I've heard a number of very good pastors who've talked about, like, if you need encouragement, go encourage somebody. If you need hope, speak hope into somebody. Because even as we do that, we are becoming more aware of His presence. We're becoming more aware of what He's doing for us, enabling us to do that for other people. He told us in this world we're going to face troubles. He told us that. It should not be a surprise to us. It's not always going to be sunny ways. It's not always going to be butterflies and daffodils. But in our relationship, He leads us beside quiet waters. He makes us lie down in those green pastures. That's where we are in our relationship. So that in those moments when we're walking through those dark valleys and those valleys of the shadow of death, in those moments, we're still there beside the quiet waters, laying down in those meadows. And yeah, His rod and His staff, they comfort me. That rod, that staff that guides me. It's His word that guides me, encourages me, and lifts me up. And as we learn to do this, and we can help others learn to do this, as we turn to Him, we can encourage others to turn to Him. And in the meantime, we can be that source of encouragement. He can encourage them through us, and that's what we need, to be available to each other. It's just so important that we understand that it's His healing comfort. His comfort is healing to us. Can we understand that? His comfort is healing to us. It matters. It's so important to us. So I'm going to leave that with you, and I really pray that you're not going through any dark times right now. But if you are, look around to see who He's placing you next to. so that you can encourage others as you are being encouraged. God bless.